Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
We the Hebrew Israelites from the Camp GMS Cleveland. And before we get started, we'll give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem,
Yahweh
Yahushua,
Shai, Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem,
Rakakwadash.
Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostle and elders, the great millstone, who be well, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. It's a quick little lesson to the spirit and power, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, and Lord willing this be edifying, you know. And name of this lesson is Matthew 19 and 30, man, which is a powerful scripture, man, for those who can receive it, man. Because before the brother grabbed that, I'm gonna grab this real quick. This the book of Barakatat. This the book of Second Ezra, chapter 8, verse I'm gonna start verse 1. It say, and he answered me and saying, the most high have made this world for many, but the world to come for few. Exactly. So this world right here that we in right now, this current state, this is made for many to prosper, for many to be on top, have a name, but the world to come is for few, and that few is the elect. The elect world, the elect is going to get their shine and glory in the kingdom, man, which is about to take place real soon, man. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua,
Mm-hmm.
you know. It's like, because scriptures talk about how they shall know whom are chosen, they shall know a prophet has been amongst them. These people gonna know that the Lord was dealing with these men when all hell break loose, when this place America get destroyed, because they gonna have flashbacks. They gonna remember this place getting destroyed by nuclear fire. You know, all hell breaking loose, brothers getting spiritual powers. All that's gonna be people gonna be pouncing on that. Let alone the past life memories. You know, but I'm gonna keep going. This say verse 2. And I tell thee a similitude, Ezra. As when thou askest the earth, it shall say unto thee that it giveth much mold, wood, earth vessels are made,
Mm-hmm.
but little dust that gold cometh of, even so the course of this world present. So, you know, this is a comparison to um that earthen vessel, being I mean, not the earthen vessel, but that's what it say, but it's comparison to that, that little that small remnant. That's what it's going back to. You know, that little
Mm-hmm.
dust that that nobody acknowledge, you know,
Mm-hmm.
that's gonna be the next thing popping, like the next thing everybody is going to acknowledge, man. Because it shall say unto thee that it giveth much wood, mold thereof, earthen vessels are made, but little dust that gold cometh of, even so the course of this world, you know. So, the stuff of this world is not um, compared to what's gonna be glorified in the kingdom, man. Because the what's not acknowledged now is gonna be acknowledged then, you know. But verse 3 is say there be many created, but few shall be saved. So there we go. You know, many is created and it's meant to prosper, but the few is gonna be saved, and the few is not prospering right now. The few is at the bottom,
Mm-hmm.
which is the elect. The Lord chose his elect
Mm-hmm.
to be the scum of the world, the
Mm-hmm.
poor of this world.
That's why I say the harvest is plenty, but the laborers is few. You got uh, the laborers, all right, which consist of you people, right, but mainly the Israelites, and why it's work to be done. It's a lot to do. Meanwhile, Jake, he's not, he's not putting his head to the plow. He's really being complacent. He's really being stagnant. He really fell in love with being comfortable. in the ways of America. But if he would have read the scriptures, he would have knew, like Noah knew, like, all right, the Lord gave the word. It's time to move. It's time to, get on point. But Jake is like, he hear the warning, he hear everything. It's like he don't even care. You know, that's why I say many are called, but few are chosen, man. And all that few that's gonna be chosen is the elect, and that's who really follow and worship Yahweh, man, by Hashem Yahushua. But I got the one that you called for earlier.
Right.
This Matthews 19 and verse 30 say, "But many that are first shall be last, and the last shall be first."
All right. Start
Show
at
my
verse
mind.
26.
Yep. Verse 26, it reads, Matthews 19 and 26, "But Yahweh beheld them and said unto them, With men this is impossible, but with the Most High all things are possible. Then answered Peter and said unto him, Behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? And Yahweh Shah said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. And every one that have forsaken houses, or brethren, or sister, or father, or
Exactly. So
mother."
Peter asks, like, we forsaken everything. The elect don't have this world. They don't have the glory that this world gives to these 2/3, man, and these other people, man. So what are we going to receive for doing all of these things? What is the reward of receiving all these prize? Of what is the reward of receiving all these trials, tribulations? We got to go through this suffering, this sacrifice. And Peter told him, like, I mean, Yahushua told Peter, like, man, you're going to be on the 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of
Right.
Israel. You're going to be on top.
Right.
That's what you're going to get for
Uh-huh.
all of this, man. You got to think about
Uh-huh.
all the stuff that the 12 disciples went through, man.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of John the Baptist. I mean, not John the Baptist, John the Revelator, Salakia. But even with him, shit, he went through a lot of hell, too. Like, they had to go through all that shit just to get the greatest glory you can get in the kingdom under Yahweh Shah.
Mm-hmm. And that should make you, want to believe. That should make you, you know, do this truth, because here it is. We at the bottom. We getting the worst of the worst, and Jake is just like lying down, and it's like you don't care. Like you cool with being at the bottom, But if the Lord said He's gonna do this, He's gonna give you the kingdom, you're gonna have everlasting life. Why not go for that? Like, what else do you have to? Look forward to, where that there's no hope in these people, man. Brad been telling you lies for so long. You people been voting for people that supposedly look like you, but ultimately they ain't do nothing but snare you, and played you, because here it is, this nigga Obama was placed in what, in a seat of authority, and what he do? Pass gay laws, so like pass mo laws. He passed a lot of things. This nigga was like one of the worst presidents ever. A lot of you niggas got murdered and took and taken away. But this goes to show you that Yahweh Bashim Al Shah reigns supreme. This is who you should follow. And a lot of you niggas, you bug out because the Lord is long suffering. You niggas, you don't have patience, man. That's why I say he that endure to the end, the same shall be saved. So if you don't have no patience, you can't, wait on the Lord, then the Lord don't need you. He don't, what is you useless, man. You know? Oh, verse 30, it reads, But many that are first shall be last, and the last shall
So
be
the Lord
first.
said, if you forsake everything, He gonna give you 100-fold.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Right.
that's more than what He gave Job. You gotta
Uh-huh.
really think about that.
Right.
And it said, many that are first shall be last, and the last shall be first. So guess
Mm-hmm.
what? You ain't on top in society
Mm-hmm.
now. So what? Guess what? The Lord gonna make you on top in the kingdom if you endure to the end, man. He'll
Mm-hmm.
give you all your heart's desires, like it say in Psalms 37.
Right. And I remember the elder Irashad quoting the scripture. It said the race wasn't given to the swift. So it don't matter how much you try to pursue and try to forward things and whatever level whatever. It's like you gotta wait. The swift wasn't the race wasn't, how it go, the swift wasn't given I forgot how I just said it. But it don't matter how fast you move. We working on the time of the Lord at the end of the day, man. So, pretty much, that's, I wanted to make that point. So, the race wasn't given to the swift, it's given to those, who endure hardship, and ultimately, Brad, he was the one that came out first, but he's not the first creation of the Lord's creation, but he came out first, right? Which the elder should serve the younger at the end of the day, which is Esau gonna serve the younger, which is the Israelites, man. He came out first. He think everything belonged to him. However, whoop de doo. But yeah, without further ado, man, we're gonna close out by giving all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh,
Yahweh, by
Ba'ashem,
Hashem, Yahweh
Yahweh
Shai,
Shai,
by Hashem,
Ba'ashem.
and Kakadash. That bonds to the head of Apostle and Elders, great millstone. Peace, sight, taste, the hopeful lake. One say Shalom, and Kwam Rasharala.
Chrome Yasharala.